gentlemen, we are live!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Heel Steven channel. My name is Chase Oliver, one of the many faces that you see on the Around the Point show. And today we got a special bonus edition as we talk to Heel Steven about his trip to Chicago. As you guys know, Steven went through that forbidden door, and now we get to hear his experiences from Chicago. I'll be hosting this panel, asking Steve some questions. If you guys have some questions in the chat, be sure to shout them out and Steve will answer them. This won't be too long of an episode. Just a reminder, we are back in your lives on Sunday. We're going to break down everything WWE Money in the Bank and UFC Israel Adesanya versus Jared Cannonier. But you guys are done seeing my face. It's time to see the face of the man who went through the forbidden door, Heel Steven.
What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Here I am. I'm back. New studio, new room. It's still under construction, but here we are. Chase, good to see you again.
Good to see you too, good brother. Glad the move went safe. Glad the flight went safe. Steve, that's actually the first thing on my agenda. How was it flying first class to Chicago? What was the experience like of flying in that nice first class station? Was it smooth getting into the planes? Because I've been hearing airplanes are hard to get into nowadays. It's hard to even get a seat. People's flights are getting canceled. People are worried if they're even going to board their plane. Was there any issue with you? Was TSA an easy thing? How was the trip at the airport, Steve?
So I rode first class before, back when I was a kid. You know, when your mom a travel agent and you travel with her. So it's the first time in God knows how long I traveled first class. Going to Newark Liberty, all that, it was, it was smooth. My only issue with TSA is that I had my gel in my sneaker hidden in my book bag. I didn't check my bags. I didn't check them. So they're like, we need you to step aside for a minute, sir. I'm like, what's going on? I figured it'd be my vape, which was not the issue. It's like, yeah, you have to check your bag because of my hair gel. And I'm like, listen, just throw it out, man. I'm not going to fucking check this shit. Like, fuck it. Right. But other than that, everything was smooth sailing. First class. For me, also was great that the seatbelt actually fit me this time.
Oh, wow.
Usually me being a big guy, you need like a seatbelt extender. And for years, that's been my issue. It's kind of like, my goal was when I came back from Punta Cana, like, yo, I'm not going to need this shit no more. This is the last time. And, it happened. Like, yeah, let's fucking go. Literally, I got in first class. I sat down. Again, my flight was at 5 a.m. I crashed.
Oh, that's good. So you slept during most of your flight.
Well, here's the thing also, believe it or not, call me late to the party. So I started watching Dragon Ball GT on the Funimation app. Yeah.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. It's going to die soon. It's dead in I think 2 months.
The app?
Yeah.
Oh man.
They got bought out by another company called Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll now owns pretty much everything.
So no wonder why if I'm watching the beginning of the ad is Crunchyroll. So yeah, because here's the thing. I know this is coming out off topic and shit.
But Dragon Ball GT is also on Crunchyroll, Steve. So don't worry. You should be fine if you are not caught up on Dragon Ball GT.
So I'm like, you know what? Everyone's complaining about it. It wasn't bad. It was good, but it could have been better. So I'm like, let me give it a watch. It's been so many years too, so let me give it a watch. I'm still on season 1, like episode 30 something. So I'm still in the baby series.
Okay,
But
so did you start the right way? Because keep in mind, in America, when GT was first released, it started in the middle of the baby arc. We didn't even get to search for the Black Star Dragon Balls right away. We got like a quick summary of how Goku became a kid, and then we went to what's it called, the baby arc. So
reading the
what's
chat
up,
about
Brandon Bowen? What's up, Killer Demon 699? What's up, Chief? And Normal Guy Bebe has entered the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in to Around the Point.
Yes. So I started watching from the Black Star Dragon Balls. So it's like Emperor Pilaf makes his wish. I wish you were a kid again. And they're traveling all through the galaxy. And yeah, that's basically where I started off at. Okay. But the flight was smooth. And that was my concern too. Like, you hear these stories from people who've traveled. Oh, my flight been canceled. My flight's been delayed. Man, fuck this shit. Or you get I'm here, but my bags are still back where I was originally. You know what I mean? Like I all these things just came into mind. Like if you ever watch Meet the Parents with Ben Stiller and Robert De Niro,
I know who's in the movie.
So the airline, like the bag scene, right?
Yeah.
That was my concern too. Like, fuck, I'm only here for 3 days. Can you imagine? Like, I come back home and that my back is fucking Chicago and shit. But yeah, man, everything was smooth. Just slept. I woke up and I'm already in ORD, which is O'Hare Airport in Chicago. For those of you who are wondering what the fuck is ORD.
All right, Steve made it to Chicago, so we know that. Now, Steve, how was the nights in Chicago? You were only there probably a few nights, Friday, Saturday. Before I get into obviously Sunday. I'm talking about just like without pro wrestling in your life. But was there any other pro wrestling events besides Forbidden Door happening Friday, Saturday? Did you? How many wrestling shirts did you see out on the streets? Did you see? Because when I went to Vegas, man, I saw a bunch of pro wrestling shirts all over the place. Nothing. So like it was actually a quiet week, because you would think a weekend like this, Forbidden Door, a lot of other companies know AEW is going to travel. AEW is going to be there. They might travel there. You would think, oh man, let's take advantage of this. Let's go ahead and book a show. I know you went to one show, which we will talk about later. So Friday, Saturday was just pretty much let's just go out and have a good time type of thing. How did it feel, Steve, going out, partying, drinking? Now that you lost a lot of weight, because before, man, you even said like you weren't doing that as much until you lost like a certain amount of pounds, and you lost a certain amount of pounds. So how was your time in Chicago when you weren't doing pro wrestling?
The Friday, I just chilled with my brother. I got to his house. I literally, like I said before, when I got to Chicago, I did not take an Uber, because an Uber ride from my brother's house, from ORD to where my brother lives in Chicago. By the way, for those who don't know, O'Hare is a suburb in Illinois. So an Uber ride is like $50, $70 sometimes. It ranges, right? So I'm like, fuck all this shit. I'm just going to take the fucking CTA or CT something, right? It's the train line, basically. $5. $5. I'm sitting there. It's like 16 stops. But I'm at least saving money. He told me where to get off at. And I literally walked 15 minutes to his house with my suitcase, with my book bag on. Yeah, bro. I was doing the damn thing.
Did you feel like a tourist? Did you feel people were looking at you weird? Did you feel weird doing that or no?
Yeah, a little bit, because why the fuck is this motherfucker with a suitcase on? Like, he's strolling a fucking suitcase. He has a book bag on and shit. And I'm jamming the music. I'm hitting my vape. I'm just chilling, basically. I'm chilling. And
so this is not related to Chicago right now, but Brandon Brown wants to know, how was your mother's wedding reception? Is this a different trip?
No, so the wedding hasn't happened yet. My mom's engaged, but the wedding's not even happening yet.
I think the confusion came because in previous episodes we talked about how it wouldn't have just been you flying to Chicago. It would have been your whole family, but your mom's fiance is afraid of actually flying in the airplane, so he did not go with you guys. Yeah, so it was only you who went to go visit your brother.
Give me a sec.
So yeah, if you guys don't know, it was only Steve who went to go visit his brother, in Chicago. And I've been in those situations before, man, where you're in a foreign place, especially after flying. You're not used to the area you're in, and you're trying to figure out where do I go? And then sometimes you walking around, you're waiting for Ubers or something. So I know what Steve's talking about because I've had that happen to me before when I've gone to like Nebraska. I went to Nebraska once for a work conference, didn't know where the hotel was, didn't know what I was doing. I was like, where's the Uber and stuff like that? Planned Uber turned out to leave us and stuff. So we had to figure out where we were going for the work conference, the hotel, and we were all over the place. And we ended up walking 20 minutes for nothing because the hotel was actually near the airport. So only thing about GT is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Hey, Super Saiyan 4 is a clean design. It's a very beautiful design that I believe Akira Toriyama actually had input in that design, which is why it's so clean and a good looking design.
And a good action figure. And a good action figure too.
It is. Tim Koopner says, hello, how are you guys? Still at work? Hey man.
Keep making your money, brother. Keep making the bag, bro.
Hope work is doing good and hope you will have a good weekend off, hopefully. But anyway, so Steve, yeah, you were in Chicago. So Friday, you just hanged out with your brother. You didn't really do too much. Saturday, I felt like you were getting a little bit too litty, Steve.
I just want to say this real quick. I just want to say this real quick, though. So Friday, me and my brother went out to eat. We had sushi. I'm going to just say this right now. Eating sushi with black rice slaps.
That's good to know, Steve. But I want to know about you partying on Saturday night because you haven't got drunk like that in a minute. This is something that you said. I wouldn't get drunk like this until I felt comfortable. I wouldn't drink like this until I felt comfortable. Steve, what was it like Saturday night when you were drinking, having a good time, vibing a little bit?
It's a movie. So that's Saturday.
By the way, tell people the proud achievement that you did because you have not done this regularly going out, but you are now wearing
pants.
Jeans.
Yeah. We're jeans, man.
So if you guys don't know, as someone who's also been kind of heavy set at one point, it's hard sometimes to put on a pair of jeans. They're not comfortable for a lot of us. A lot of times jeans aren't the most comfortable thing to wear. So when you're heavy set, you like wearing a nice pair of shorts. You get that little breeze underneath. You can style them up. You can style them down. It just depends. But when you're heavier, you know, there's a lot of extracurricular stuff going in the area. You get mud butt faster. Your balls itch faster. Pretty much underwear rides up faster.
Yeah, rashes,
you get rashes. You get that jean sweat and stuff like that. If you're starting to sweat, you just sweat easier in that area where you are a heavy set individual. And a lot of times, you know, basketball shorts or like the gym shorts, they're not okay everywhere. So you can dress those down. But a lot of times you're wearing those cargo pants. And Steve was a frequent cargo pants wearer. He was someone that, you know, what I would poke fun at it, but in a friendly way, saying, hey, Steve, like, you can't be acting like this is a fire fit with your cargo pants and everything like that. You got to look cleaner.
Exactly.
So Steve got some jeans. He tapered them up. He was wearing them all weekend. And I was proud of my boy. You know, he lost 40 pounds. He's over here finally making big changes. And he got himself a nice pair of jeans, looked good with those Yeezy 350 V2 Zebras. And you know what, Steve, what was it like, man? Did you feel different with the vibes? Were you feeling different? Were you sitting there when you were drinking? Was there a moment when you were drinking saying, damn, dude, all this hard work is paying? Like, was there like a weird moment like that? Because I've had those moments too where when I've lost weight, I'm drinking and I'm like having a good time and I'm noticing like women are talking to me more. I'm more friendly. Like, so you're more confident. How did it feel?
So did I get wavy? Yes, but I controlled my drunkenness. I could handle my liquor now. Like, I'll give you this example. So, and I know I'm kind of going off topic here, but if you guys remember, we're going back in 2016. Remember that WrestleMania stream that me, Connor, and Matt did?
Oh, you were gone. You were absolutely wasted.
I was wasted off the rip. I think what it is now, the fact that I drink a lot of water now, it kind of helps. It kind of helps you not get wasted, and also the fact that that Saturday I was gonna meet up with one of my homies, Lewis. First time I met him. First time we talked on Twitter. We talked about it, you know, chilling in Chicago and all that stuff. And I'm gonna keep it 100. I didn't think he would, you know, come through, but he did. Took a while, but he did. So me and my brother pre-gamed. We went out get Peruvian food, and the restaurant has a bar next door. right? So we had like 2 cocktails each, basically, 2 cocktails each. And again, that was my pregame. And then my homie showed up. We went to like 4 different bars, or 4 or 5 different bars we went to.
Nice. Which one was the nicest one that you went to?
There's one called Arbelas. It's the one
Mm.
me and my brother went to because like
Oh,
we just
nice.
we had to go back. We had to go back. It was a vibe, dude. You know, my cousin said this because she was in Chicago a month prior before me. This is my second time going, but this now me going by myself, basically, right? She basically said, like, yo, Chicago is like Manhattan, but cleaner.
Mm,
You know,
interesting.
we got our drinks in. We took a shot with the waitress. We got 2 shots with the waitress.
Oh, nice.
And I shot my shot a little bit. I'm like, hey, yo, ma, can I get your IG? Mind you, I like
Did she
listen.
give you the IG? Did she give you it?
No. So hear me
Oh,
out.
damn.
Now mind you this. Now mind you this, okay? Me, 40 pounds heavy ago, would have not done it. I'm like, you
Yeah,
know what I
exactly.
mean?
You're feeling yourself. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think it was also in the moment, like, yo, you're feeling yourself. You know what I mean? Now, mind you, what am I gonna say to this? Like, what am I gonna say to this chick? I'm leaving on fucking Monday. You know
Who
what I
cares,
mean?
man? Hey,
Ex-
man. Who cares?
exactly.
It's one of
I
those
even
things like,
I even had
you're-
Tinder going too. I even had Tinder going.
yeah,
Like,
why not?
so she's like, no, I don't have IG, but I have a LinkedIn.
Oh, man. She one of those professionals.
So then my boy who I was with, Lewis, was like, say less, yo. What's your LinkedIn, girl? The look on her face was like, and I think that's like the new way for girls to say no, like fuck off, leave me alone type of shit. But she wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that. She wasn't expecting that.
A lot of girls, she probably gets hit on a lot too. A lot of girls also too. Like, and then also too, I can tell you, working in the restaurant business, a lot of girls don't like dating customers who, because they know where they work, they know they're regulars. It's kind of a weird dynamic. Like, it's fun when you're flirting with them behind the bar and you're just talking to them about BS, but then when they're actually flirting with them, it's a little bit too crazy. Chief wants to know though, did alcohol feel different being 40 pounds lighter? Like, did you notice like a difference when you were drinking? Like, just let me know, because I can admit it does feel different, man. It feels like it feels so much different because, like, I don't know what it is. Like, you can actually feel it hit your stomach. You can taste it a little bit more and stuff.
Like, you feel that you can taste all the senses on the palate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some drinks are sweeter, some are spicy, some are bitter, some are like kind of like dry almost, and you can taste all that on the palate. Mind you, what I used to do back then, I used to chug them like water. I used to just chug them down. Now it's patience. Like, I take my little sips in, shoot the breeze. You know what I mean? Hit the vape, hit the blunt, if you will, and then I'm talking with you. I'm chatting with you, having the conversation, if you will, and that's what it was. You get to enjoy. Mind you, homie Lewis gone. Just like, yeah. Bro.
Oh man, my man Lewis, he gotta slow it down. You, my boy Blue, thank you for coming in. Hope your Twitch stream was good, man. Hope you enjoying it.
Boy Blue, what's going on, brother?
But now, Steve, how was the hangover the night after? Was it a good hangover, or was there none whatsoever?
Honestly, bro. So here's the thing. So that Saturday night, I went back to my hotel because my brother got me a hotel.
Oh,
because he travels a lot due to his job, right? I even saw him at work because he works from home.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a business strategist almost. So they'll pitch him ideas for businesses and then he'll give his ideas of what could work, what could not work. He works from home basically, right? So because of his job, he traveled even before the pandemic, and he has points with United. He has points with the Marriott, right? With all these hotels.
Mm-hmm.
So he got like free rooms and all that shit. So he hooked me up with a room. So I went back to the hotel, right? It's a nice fucking room too, bro. Can't complain.
Nice.
You know what I mean? I think it's also him just listen, bro. I know how you're gonna get, and I just don't want to fucking deal with it.
Yeah, I think he wanted to separate you from reality. He was like, "Oh man, I don't want to hang out with my brother this weekend like that."
No, like he had no problem. Like we ate, we chilled and shit. But like we have like me and him, we're complete opposites of the spectrum. He is who he is. I love him. He's my blood. Don't get me wrong. Just if you go to his crib, all he's watching is CNN, MSNBC, watching the news. And
You know, being a business strategist, you got to learn how to do all that. I wish I could work from home. You, my boy Blue, I agree. Working from home is the best. But how was the hangover, Steve? Was the hangover good or bad?
Man, I woke up at fucking 7:30 in the morning. I literally got back to my hotel around 4 or 3, and I'm like, fuck, I'm hungry. I need to eat. You know what I mean? So I ordered a deep dish pizza. And you would think, all right, I put the instructions on the Uber Eats app, right? All right, call me when you arrive, meet at door, right? Again, anyone that does orders from Uber Eats or DoorDash, you know, like you got your request, leave at door, what have you, right? So I'm like, just leave, call me when you get there. Here's the address. I'm in this room number. I crashed. I got to my room. I ordered the pizza. Woke up. It wasn't even there. They never dropped.
You just lost money.
So I had to file a complaint. I got the money back, thankfully. So I'm like, fuck, I'm hungry. And I also had to buy a fucking charger for this. This was my go-to for the weekend to charge my phone, all that shit, right? Because I literally thought I bought one at 7-Eleven. It turns out I bought an iPhone port, an iPhone cable. This goes with the USB, right? So I had to literally get up at 7 in the morning because I knew I needed to charge this shit. I knew I needed to. And there's a Subway open 24/7. So I got me a sub. Yeah, I keep this in mind too. I was gone in Chicago for like 3 days, 3 to 4 days. I ate good. It was like my cheat celebration. Again,
depends on what you get on Subway. You could always get the cleaner options. It's not that bad. So I'm kind of disappointed in you, Steve, because after Forbidden Door, you were looking for food, but there's a Subway open 24/7.
But I'm honest though. I'm honest about it though. I'm not gonna.
That's fine. That's fine. But Steve, here's a pro tip for anyone drinking. If you guys want to have a good night, always get a glass of water after every 2 drinks. Trust me. You'll feel fine. I haven't had a hangover in a long time because of this strategy. Anyways, so Steve woke up hungover Sunday, what were the plans? It was just Forbidden Door, right? Or did you have, or were there other themes that interest you? What were the plans? Were you?
So Sunday, I knew it was gonna be wrestling heavy. So I heard all this talk about Warrior Wrestling. Warrior Wrestling, which is like this indie fed in the Midwest. And I'm like, fuck it. And I know, again, they were the only indie promotion running a show that weekend in Chicago. They ran a show literally a block from the United Center. And they also ran a fan fest. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to go to the fan fest. I'm going to go to the show. Yeah, I literally forked over $140. $100 for the fan fest and $40 for the seat. I sat 4th row. And I'll be honest, you know, I wanted to see what the vibe was like. Because, again, I'm in a different part of the country. The Midwest is different from the East Coast, just like I'm sure it's different from the West.
How would you compare this to GCW? Would you say the vibe was better or worse than GCW?
No, it's better.
Better?
It's better. Oh. Don't get me wrong. Listen, I fucked with GCW. I know there's a clip that's going online right now where 2 dudes were stabbing each other with the fucking. That's not me. That's not what I'm into. Sober, that is. If I'm high, I guess a little bit, but nah. Other than that, it's just not my cup of tea. But it's more cleaner, more family friendly, if you will.
Who was the featured star at Warriors Wrestling? What was your featured matchup?
The main event was Casey Navarro versus Brian Pillman Jr.
Oh, okay.
For the Warrior Championship.
Was the fan fest connected to AEW?
There were some AEW stars, like Brian Pillman Jr. was there. He was like the only guy from AEW that was there.
Oh man! So you got robbed $140 pretty much.
I met Kevin Kelly.
You still got robbed $140 in my books.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted to meet certain people. Like my goal was, okay, I'm gonna meet Chris Hero, Denise Salcedo, Kevin Kelly, but the lines were fucking long. All right.
So you met Kevin Kelly 100%. We got the picture.
I spoke with him. I even because again, I'm like, what am I gonna ask him? Again, you guys don't know I'm a culinary major. I'm like, yo, so I told him straight up, I'm a culinary major. What is like your go-to meal before and after a show? And he told me that, hey, him being in Japan, it's always like the beef bowls in Japan are amazing. I'm like, yeah, man, I believe.
I mean,
that.
Okada eats them all the time before a match.
Yeah, exactly. And then he's like, if he's outside of Tokyo, he'll get like he'll get like sushi and all that stuff. But yeah, man. And I thanked him again because to me, really, to be honest, Kevin Kelly is one of the best guys to call matches.
Oh, he was great at Forbidden Door. I thought he killed it.
I thought he did too. And I really do wish more Kevin Kelly, please.
AEW. Yeah, so Chris Hero's line and Denise Salcedo's line just way too long. Not even worth.
Way too long, and I'm not gonna stand there. And again, all the fucking geeks and dorks out there.
Hey, Steve. This is why I'm hosting, because you would have gone on too long. Look, let these fans be fans of who they want to be.
But it's like
let them be.
I would let them be.
They're not geeks and dorks. They're just people. You know, they have a fondness. Let them have that fondness. Like, let's not be rude to how these people are. My boy Boo said, I went to culinary school at the Art Institute and spent 10 years in the biz. I feel you, Steve. That's awesome, Blue. Let us know let us know in the chat.
What do you like to cook,
fun story? Yeah, what do you like to cook?
Exactly.
Fun story. I don't know if you want to tell fun stories and stuff like that, but anyway, so Steve, there was one thing that I definitely want to talk about Warrior Wrestling before we move on to AEW. There was an incident with the fan, and I thought this was the funniest. I don't know why this popped me on Sunday. I kept thinking about this every single time when I was bored. I was like, man, Steve being pissed off at the fan that sat next to him, or not really next to you, but around you at Warriors Wrestling. Steve, this fan, what did he do to piss you off so bad? You went on a Twitter rant about it. You went on a Twitter rant about it too.
At Heel Steven, by the way. At Heel Steven. So it's like not even the main card. So mind you, also on the show, they did like a pre-show for Women's Wrestling Army, which is ran by Maria Kanellis. So it's like a taping, right? So we're at this, we're watching. I'm sitting there watching like 4 women's matches basically before the Warrior Wrestling show. Right?
You sound so annoyed about that. You're like, I'm watching 4 women's matches. Like,
no. Listen, it was cool. Like it was cool. The opening match was basically a triple threat. Tasha Steele, Deanna Purrazzo, some chick.
We don't need to go into detail, but talk about the fan.
So we're all just sitting there and shit. And the guys, again, you know, I'm a big guy, but this guy was bigger than me. Like, he's a damn, if you get what I'm saying. And again, he's eating his food, he's sipping on his soda, he's like eating his chips, and you kind of get the idea. And he leaves it on the fucking chair next to him. I'm like, bro, are you serious? You fucking, I didn't say it to him, but you fucking slob. Listen, this goes to anyone out there. If you're at a show, I don't care if it's a wrestling show, a concert, your little brother's, I don't know, 4th grade, a Christmas show at the school. I don't give a fuck what it is, yo. Pick up after yourself. It's not that difficult, especially if the trash can is like 10 feet away from you. The trash can is right there. It's not going to kill you to get up from your chair and throw it in the trash. It's not going to kill you.
Mm-hmm. It's not. And also walking's good for you too. I mean, all it takes is 20 steps, guys. So pick up of yourself, help out the people around you, make the arena a better experience. But Steve, after Warriors Wrestling, I don't know how you did 2 shows in one day, but you did.
Technically 3.
You went 3. What was the third? Well, if you went to the women's show.
Yeah, the women's show before the Warrior Wrestling show.
That's the same dude that leaves a pile of trash on the table at the restaurant because he feels like it's a staff job to clean up. Only trash people leave trash. Yeah, man. And that's the thing too, man. Like, if you guys want to help out the restaurant, and I'm not saying you have to like clean up everything. Just stack everything up. Make it easier. Think about like, hey, what can make this guy's job easier? They're already bringing your food out to you. They're already trying to help you make the experience like super easy for you. Make the experience easy for them, man. I'm not saying you gotta like, look, if you want to be a shitty tipper, that's one thing. but don't be a shitty person and leave trash everywhere and act like, oh, it's because they get paid to do it, they have to do it. No, that's crap mentality. That is crap mentality.
You see that
and
a
you shouldn't
lot.
have that mentality.
And you see that a lot, like in these like when you go to Taco Bell or fucking Chipotle, you see them eat their food at the table and then they just leave the trays there and shit. I'm like, come on, bruh.
I don't know. California Chipotle's must be different, man, because we clean up after ourselves here. But
Yeah,
so, Steve,
bless you
you
guys.
made your way to the United Center. I
Made
want to
that.
know.
I made
from
that
the-
walk. I made that walk. Making
How long
that
was the
walk. Like honestly, a block. But you gotta understand. So people were leaving the Warrior Wrestling show before the main event.
Oh, that sucks for that main event. But Steve,
I understood now why. Like, yeah, because when I got to United Center, I had to make this giant line, and it went around the United Center.
For me, when I went to AEW, because Steve, I went in a suite, as you remember, so I got to skip all that. I saw Dave Meltzer, and I saw how fans were they were hounding over that guy, man. One guy even said he changed his life, which I was like, dang, that's intense, but okay.
He to go out more.
I guess so. But I want to know, Steve, what was it like when you? He needs betterhelp.com for sure, or maybe Indeed.com, get a job as well. But Steve, when you entered those doors, what was the first thought that came into your mind? Like, what was the first scene that you saw when you entered the United Center for the first time? What was your first thought?
The first thought, okay, I'm here. I gotta get a photo with the statue.
No, the famed Michael Jordan statue,
which you see right there. I had to take a photo with it. The first thing I did, take a photo with that beautiful statue. And I literally walked around. I'm like, where is the statue? And it turns out I passed by it like 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Because again, you got to understand, this is a big fucking venue.
It is. For arena, it's pretty big. It's a pretty big arena.
It could be a stadium. I get why they call it Chicago Stadium or Bull Stadium back in the day. But yo, it's beautiful. And again, I said, it's not Prudential Center, but I can't lie. It's a beautiful fucking arena. Bigger than MSG. Probably, I think it is, right? The biggest arena in the country.
Oh, yeah. It can seat the most people, right? Yes.
So we're talking about like how many people again? Like how many people can it seat?
It can seat up to 19 to 20,000 if seated originally, because I think the Bulls can sit up to 17,000. Because you got to think of the basketball court and stuff and how that's designed. 17,500.
Yeah, there you go. It's not bad, dude. It's fucking amazing. So I had to ask someone that was there, like, hey, man, where's the stat? Oh, yeah, it's right over here. Just go through this tunnel, right? And it's right there. And I've seen people taking photos with it already and shit. I'm like,
I feel like that's a must, man. I feel like you can't go to the United Center and not take a photo with the Michael Jordan statue. It's like when you come to Los Angeles, you gotta take a picture with the Shaq statue. You gotta take a picture with the Magic Johnson statue. Like you gotta take a picture at least with one Hollywood star when you're in that area. You can't just not take a picture with them. Like I want it because I'm from there, but I understand what tourists do. Like when a tourist tells me to take a picture, I'm like, yeah, I got you. I'll take a picture for you and stuff. So. Yes. What did you do? So, Steve, what did you do before the show? Did you grab some drinks? Did you grab your food? Did you even eat at the show? What you do? What was the pregame?
So I had like 2 cocktails, basically.
Nice.
2 cocktails. And I had a pizza. I had their deep dish pizza, which was,
that's stadium food.
I know, but still, all right, get this out of the way.
No, but it's not gonna blow. That's what I mean when I say it's stadium food. It ain't gonna blow you away.
I know it's not. I know. Now depends. There's certain arenas like Barclays Center. If you get like the club seats, they'll blow you away.
Oh yeah. No, I know. Hey man, you're talking to premier seating official at Crypto.com Arena, aka Staples Center, for all you people that remember that name. But Steve, I want to know, man. What was the feeling when you first saw? Because this was a different type of stage that AEW did for Forbidden Door. This was like almost like a WWE style stage with the giant screen and with their entrance scenes. What was the feeling when you saw the setup for the first
It
time?
looks
And were you
beautiful.
happy with your seat? Were you happy with your seats?
I was happy with my seat. My thing is, at every single show that I go to, I always sit next to a fat person. And again, I can relate because I'm still fat. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm this fitness guru and shit. But I'm sure anyone that's had to go through, that person loves to be comfy as shit. They love to fucking do this shit.
Oh, spread out. Yeah, they're just spreading their leg. Yeah, yeah.
So you're like this almost and shit. So I was happy to know that I sat by no fat people. I had a good view of the ring and everything. And I'm happy that I did not sell my ticket because I was going to sell it and buy myself a floor seat. I thought about it. I really, really did.
The tickets did get cheaper as it went on.
$2 on SeatGeek, but you're all the way up.
Yeah. Hey, I would pay $2 just to go to a show. So
hey, fair enough, man. Fair enough.
I mean, I paid $9 to go to Rampage in Vegas.
Fair enough, man. Not bad. But again, it just I had a fucking good view. I enjoyed the show. Dare I say, probably one of the best experience. And again, you're talking to someone that's been to 3 WrestleManias. I've been to 3 WrestleManias, okay?
29, 32, and 35, right?
30, yes.
Hopefully, will you be here for 38?
Never say never.
Wait, it's 38, right? Coming up or 30? Oh, no, it's 39. My bad, 39.
39, yeah. LA. Never say never, man. Never say never. Anything is possible. Anything is possible, man. But yeah, man, it was just a fucking blast, dude. Here's the thing about it, you gotta keep this in mind. There was a lot of high expectation with Forbidden Door when it was first announced, right? Mind you, it's sold out with no matches being announced. There's all these matches that were promised, and it became like the show that's cursed. Like it was meant to be forbidden, right? Punk got hurt. They had to do this whole fucking thing with the interim championship. Bryan got hurt. Literally 2 days before the show, Takahashi got hurt. Fucking Tomohiro Ishii got hurt. Like all these things were happening, right? And it's like, what the fuck, And people were wondering what these matches how they were gonna take place. And I gotta say, everything fucking delivered.
It did. I felt the show absolutely delivered. I felt the Chicago crowd, to your credit, amazing from start to finish. Like I said, I jokingly said this. I'm like, well, how come Lance Archer got a pop? Lance Archer got like a huge pop, and I was like, Lance Archer, oh my god, these guys are hyped and stuff. You would almost think, like, if you told me that Chicago hasn't gotten a wrestling show in the last like 2 years, I would believe you, but they always get the wrestling shows. But this was a wonderful venue and a wonderful event. I just need to know, Steve, what was your favorite match live? I know you went back and watched it, but live at that moment of time when you were probably a little bit buzzed, maybe you talked to some of your homies in the row, maybe you got some conversations going. What was your favorite match of the night?
For me, it had to be the Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy. I'm gonna say this right now. Fuck anyone that says that Orange Cassidy can't deliver a good match, yo. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, yo. That guy silenced everyone on last Sunday night. He silenced everybody.
He absolutely killed it. And crushed it. What was the match that you were looking forward to, Steve, and kind of under-delivered for you and live? Like you were like, you loved it live, but you're like, after like the moment happened, you kind of settled in. You're like, oh man, that wasn't as good as I thought it would be. What match was that for you?
Believe it or not, the IWGP World Title match.
Really? The Fatal 4-Way?
Because of what happened and how it happened. Adam Cole got hurt. He wrestled with the torn labrum. Do I think Switchblade was going to win? Here's the thing about it, too. We talked about this on the prediction stream that we did. And I know you brought this up. Like, yo, they're in the US. There's no way in hell New Japan is gonna allow both Tanahashi and Okada to lose.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell. And I was believing, and I told this to people that were sitting around me, like, yo, think about this for a second. You don't expect New Japan to allow, and everyone's like, oh, you know what, man? You're right, man. You're right. Oh shit.
It's the Chase Oliver logic, you know. Look, man, I don't hate Switchblade as much as I used to. You know, he's a fine little talent. But I was just trying to, I was just trying to explain to people that politics are a part of wrestling. No matter what company, no matter what you say or you could tweet about, there's always going to be politics in professional wrestling. And I felt there might be some politics with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I also believe AEW television is a show that doesn't really need a world title because of how deep their roster is and how well they are able to tell stories for wrestling fans. I don't think they tell stories for casual fans. I think they tell stories for wrestling fans. And we can get into the whole wrestling and casual fan debate for another show. That's not this show. But Steve, was it just like you didn't? Was it like not seeing the Rainmaker? You've seen the Rainmaker live. Did it hurt a little bit that you didn't get to see Okada hit the Rainmaker? Because they avoided that. They avoided the Rainmaker.
Like they did everything to make you think like he did his pose, right? When he does this, the hard cam just goes like far out and shit, right? You've seen all this, right? And it's like, oh, it's coming, yo, it's coming. Rainmaker, right? And it doesn't happen. It's like Undertaker wrestling at WrestleMania, but not hitting a tombstone.
Yeah, he hits like the Hell's Gate or something, the Hell's Gate or something like that.
Yes, it's like that almost. It's like imagine a JBL match without the fucking clothesline from hell.
And Steve, did Tanahashi made you believe? Did you feel like Tanahashi had a chance to win?
There's a part of me like, oh, he might just do it. But you also got to remember he's booked for the G1.
But I don't think AEW needs a belt like that.
I know they don't, but again, it's by, but yo, Tanahashi is like he went back in the time machine and went back to 2012 Tanahashi for a second there.
Oh yeah, dude. I truly believe Tanahashi went back in time. By the way, guys, we'll stay on a little bit longer to answer any questions. Forbidden Door, non-Forbidden Door related. So go ahead and shoot them down below. I'm pretty sure you'll see us too. Maybe we'll be on True Heel Heat's tomorrow. Money in the Bank watch along tomorrow. And UFC 270. I always forget the number. I just know it's Adesanya versus Gennett.
276.
Yeah, I don't know why. I want to say 274. I think it should be 274.
Like
I don't know.
It feels like
it doesn't feel like it's a 276 show, but
it doesn't feel like international. It doesn't feel like International Fight Week.
I watched the Hall of Fame speeches. They were very lackluster and
Khabib's.
Stuff, but Habib's was just like here's the thing. Habib's Hall of Fame speech was pretty much Habib's like any interview you do. I think I fight I'll go out there, I smash these guys, like I touch these guys, everything.
So when they presented him his award, when he walked up did they play his music?
Yeah, so they played the Dagestan song. They have upped the presentation because Habib even got emotional because they show the pictures of their most iconic moments and they kind of walk around and stuff. DC got the Lil Wayne and Drake song right above it and stuff as he walked out. So
did he run? Did he run to the stage like?
I think he mocked the run. I can't remember. I just remember he was just talking. DC was very emotional. DC's speech was good. He was probably like a speech I would say to most people if you want to go back and watch like an MMA speech, go watch that one. Daniel Cormier, wonderful story. Olympic level wrestler, lost his daughter at a very young age, and then he was like he had to figure out his career path. Scott Coker saw DC eating a bunch of pizza in Sacramento as he was making his promise that he would be the best heavyweight in the world. And Daniel Cormier, Strikeforce heavyweight Grand Prix winner, UFC light heavyweight champion 2 times, and UFC heavyweight champion and a double simultaneous champ. And I believe the first fighter ever to defend the belt in 2 different divisions in the same calendar year. So
and succeed.
Yeah. And succeed. Yes, I think the first fighter to do so.
Yes,
male wise. So, but yeah, just UFC talk. Just letting you guys know if you guys don't have any questions for us here tonight, or if you guys miss out on us, don't worry. We most likely will be on True Heel Heats
tomorrow. I will be there.
Watch along.
And then Sunday, guys.
My friend has a planned C-section, so I might be missing out a little bit. Hopefully not too much, but I might be missing out.
Uncle Chase. But Sunday, guys, Sunday we're back to our regular time slot. 10 p.m. is good, guys. 10 p.m. Is that good?
Yes, 10 p.m. Yeah, we can do earlier.
10 p.m. Eastern.
It's 4th of July weekend. I feel like we can maybe push it earlier if you want to as well. Not a big deal to me.
10 p.m. Eastern. Again, I'm gonna be at work, so I need to relax a little bit, and then But as far as Forbidden Door goes, what I think was also important, they need to continue that momentum.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of these companies don't do. They'll have this banger pay-per-view, and the next show just goes like, okay, the momentum isn't there, and they deliver with blood and guts. They did.
Yes, I feel Blood and Guts was the best show. I saw a lot of discussions. Should Blood and Guts be their next pay-per-view? I don't think so. I think it's fine as a weekly show. I feel their pay-per-views, what makes them stand out a little bit more is the fact that, like, you just get like the culmination of stories, and also some weekly shows and the stories too. But to me personally, I feel like the only thing that I would suggest for Blood and Guts is if Tony Khan could find a way to make the last 30 minutes, commercial free, nothing, because here the spot where Sami got thrown off, if you pay attention long enough, Jericho's asking and screaming, "Are we on break? Are we on break?" and stuff, and then like when they say no, then all of a sudden Eddie Kingston and Sammy Guevara popped in some sensu beans, just got all powerful out of nowhere and did the spot, and then they went on break. So
we're joined by somebody here. We're joined by somebody.
Oh man, who's coming in
from Detroit? The pride of Detroit. He was at Blood and Guts. He was there. He saw the whole thing. He saw the whole thing. He even got a haircut for He got a haircut for the show too.
Yeah,
my boy got the one on the side. Got the low fade. Okay. I see you, homie.
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
The March Merger shooting the breeze here. I'm back from Chicago. The Midwest was a movie, yo. And I even told it to my godson, who's like 18 now. Like him and his friends go out and I'm telling, like, yo, guys, when y'all get older, like when y'all hit your early 20s or so, save your money, go to Chicago. Go to Chicago, man.
Just go out in general. Like
go out in general.
Like, here's the thing: party in your city is fine, but you got to at least go out and do other
travel.
Things. You can't,
Miami, LA, Vegas.
Yeah.
If you have that, if you're making that, big baller money, go to Puerto Rico, Punta Cana, Cancun, Tulum.
Just start with the States first, and then go travel outside.
It's crazy too, and I know we didn't talk about this earlier, but so that Saturday I had to go shopping because I wanted to, look nice for the dinner for my brother, right? For my birthday dinner and shit. So I'm walking, mind you, I'm in the city of Chicago, right? There's all these outlets and shit. And I'm like, all right, I just want to buy me a nice, a nice shirt, whatever, right? So I went everywhere. So I end up there's a lot of Nordstroms. I don't know if I'm saying
Nordstrom, yeah.
Nordstroms, yeah. So there's a lot of these in the area, right? So
that's where they're based out of. A lot of retail, if you guys don't know, based out of Wisconsin and Chicago.
So I'm walking into the store, and it's like levels to the shit. Like the men's section is like the top floor.
Yeah. So
I'm walking up there, and all I'm seeing is Balenciaga, Gucci, Versace. So that's why I said that. That's what it is. So I sent in the photo of the group chat, like, yo, the Balenciaga sneakers, yo. I'm like, yo, they really sell this shit here. I look at the price, like 900 or almost 1,000. Like, fuck.
So Steve, if you don't know about this, there's this thing called Nordstrom's Rack. Nordstrom's Rack is where you can get all that stuff for super duper cheap and stuff. I'll take you to one here in LA. You'll like it because you'll be able to get some Gucci for pretty cheap.
What up, Big Mike?
What up, though?
So again, I'm walking, and again, all I'm seeing is Prada, Versace stores, Gucci stores, right? All these stores you can imagine. And again, one thing about Chicago, everything's expensive. One of the most expensive states in the country. My brother buys all this shit. Like he buys Gucci, he buys Versace. He'll shop at Banana Republic, shit like that, right?
I love how you make Banana Republic sound like it's like an expensive brand when it's like probably one of the better brands to wear if you're trying to impress people. Especially
It used to be expensive back in the day.
No, but he no,
back
but
in the
he,
day it used to be
so
expensive. Huh?
so also so then I'm like, oh fuck. And again, they even have like a Ralph. They had like a Ralph Lauren store, right? The Polo Ralph Lauren.
Time out real quick. Time out. Do you know what Lululemon is?
Lululemon, it's a brand, right?
Yeah, yeah. If you want to know like craziness, you'll see it, man. You'll see it one day. You'll see it one day. But that's craziness. Like you'll see like their shorts and their joggers, and you'll be like, "What the heck? Why is the price so high on this?"
So I walk into Ralph Lauren and I see like the shirt. It's nice. We're looking at about $800. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Polo can get that expensive too.
Right, get the fuck out of here, bro. I can go to in my fucking one of my busy streets in my where I live at and shit. I can get the same shirt for like $50. Get the fuck out of here, yeah. So, and I see someone walking with an H&M bag. I'm like, hey, yo, bro, where's the store at? It's down 2 blocks, make a left. Say less, bro. So I'm walking down 2 blocks, make that left. I'm in H&M. Mind you, I did not used to fit in H&M. And I know they
had a Husky collection for years.
I know, but even that, it felt uncomfortable on me. You know? So, yeah, man, I bought like 2 pants. I bought a white tee and a black tee. And that was it. I'm like, fuck this, yo. I have a polo. I have an Old Navy polo shirt in my suitcase that I brought up just in case. And that was it. That was it, basically.
Nice.
And I wore the Yeezys. I did not wear the Jordan 12s not once to go out. I only wore them once, like that Friday afternoon when I'm walking with my brother to go get his dry cleaning and shit.
Yeah.
But other than that, dude, like, you know, there was that.
Yeah. You had fun in Chi-Town. That's all that matters.
I had fun, dude. I really, really did. It was now. It's funny because like on my last day, like that Monday, my brother takes me out for dinner, right? Before I leave and shit. And one thing about my brother, he's very bougie. Like I think I just made this obvious. I talked about what he shops and shit, right? So he'll take me out to these restaurants where the menu has all these weird names and shit, right? So I had crudo, right, for the first time. I had fucking crudo, which is like sashimi, right, with an aioli sauce and fucking truffle oil with caviar, right?
You should probably dumb it down for people who don't understand food terminology.
So, crudo is basically sashimi, like the raw fish from sushi, almost. It can be.
What would the dish remind you of? Just like in a basic, if I went to a Denny's, what would it be called?
Raw fish with spicy mayo. And
there we go. That's how you explain it, Steve.
Yes, basically. He asks and every time he goes out, he'll ask for the wine menu.
Oh, wine's where it's at.
Can I ask for your wine? Can I get the wine? And one thing about him, he gave me like this trick because he knew I was flying first class. So when you get your drinks, ask for what wine. Because again, he told me the story that when he traveled to like San Francisco, first class, right? The flight attendant was asking everybody, you know, do they want wine? And everybody was saying, yeah, give me wine, give me wine, give me wine. So when they went to my brother, he asked like really off the rip, what wines do you have? So the flight attendant was like, I got to get back to you on that. So she does, and she comes back to him. Oh, we have Chardonnay and Herb Blanc. If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. Okay. So he's like, you know what? Just let me get a vodka and Sprite. That's it. My brother was turned off by the fucking wine that they had on the airline. So that led to everyone push the button, boom, like, you know, just cancel my wine order and shit. So there was that. And I know it had nothing to do with this, but he just told me that story.
And this is why I want the host, because Steve does these stories that are absolutely terrible and not to the point.
I know.
That's around the point. That's around the point. But since we have Big Mike on, let's ask real quick. At this moment of time, we would know who is the Royal Rampage winner too, so we can ask how that match went live as well. But Big Mike, how was your blood and guts experience? Because I went to a War Games experience, and it was my ADHD could not keep up with it. I was all over. I was like, "What's Adam Cole doing? Ricochet's doing what? What's the Viking Raiders doing?" I was all over the place. I loved it. I loved going back and watching it, but live, it was so hard to keep up. But what was your experience with blood and guts? Did you have that same moment of me where you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" Or did you just felt like they did a good job overall?
I feel like they did a good job with keeping the action steady so people can like follow what's going on. But once all 12 guys got in, it was like, yo, what's happening over here? Yuta's over here. Is Santana okay? Ortiz is going crazy. Like Garcia's bleeding like a stuck pig. It's like, what's going on? Moxley's cutting everybody. It's like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And then once they had that dead period, that's where it hit like a reset, and you could like get gauged back into the action. And they finished it off on the top, which was a cool finish. I could see why people said it was a flat finish watching it at home, because it was like, oh, that's how they did it. Okay, that's cool. But I understood it because, you know, it was feeding into the history that Claudio and Eddie Kingston had. You know, Eddie Kingston wanted to tap out Jericho, but he went up there and made somebody else tap out when he wanted Jericho to tap out. So it was a nice thing to watch. I've never seen nothing like it though in my life. I enjoyed every second of it.
Now, Mike,
you went with your dad, right? What was
I
your
went with my
dad's
dad,
experience watching? What was your dad's experience watching Blood and Guts? Like obviously you didn't explain it to him. You probably were like, you know what, I'm just gonna let this shit go on, see what he says. What was your dad's experience watching Blood and Guts?
I explained it to him a little bit. Even my explanation really didn't help.
Is your dad a wrestling fan? Does he know wrestling at all? Did he only watch because of you growing up, or was it just like, you know what, like I'll go, it's my son and stuff? Because like my mom was the same. My mom's a wrestling fan. She would take me, but my grandma would take me to shows. She didn't watch shit. She just hated when the fireworks used to go off. Like that was the only thing she hated.
The only thing my dad paid attention to, I want to say on and off, was probably like the Attitude Era with my sister, because she would watch and then he would watch a little bit, but he would like know a few guys here and there. Like he knew Vince off top. He knew a lot of people, but like his main thing going to like wrestling events was when he was like a young adult, when he was like 18, 19, 20, going to Cobo Hall, which is not called that anymore, next to Joe Louis Arena. And he would see like Bobo Brazil and Dick the Bruiser and all those guys.
Oh,
and,
Bruiser,
and the original Sheik.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he would see those guys go at it. So when he went, he was like, man, this reminds me so much of Cobo Hall. Like the atmosphere, the action, like all of that stuff.
Too. Now, granted, I was moving that Wednesday, so I really missed all Dynamite.
Yeah.
But again, when I was in the car with my mom, I had it still on the phone. So I'm watching Dynamite I'm watching the main event on my phone.
To watch the TBS app.
Yeah, the TBS app and connect to Xfinity. Yeah. So even with my connection shut off, I still had the service, right? It was awesome, great, awesome sauce. The production value, top notch.
And there was some audio issues too.
And I felt like I was watching like literally an old school WCW. That's literally what I felt I was watching almost with their production value.
But did your dad have fun watching the Blood and Guts match when you told him like, hey dad, we're gonna watch this thing called Blood and Guts? Was he like, what the fuck? Or was he like, oh, that's sick?
Yeah, he was like, what's that? He was like, he said, this is gonna be nuts, I can tell, but okay, we'll watch it. And once the match got going, he was like, dude, this is like, these dudes are effing crazy. Like
these motherfuckers crazy.
Yeah, he was like, these dudes is crazy. I've never seen nothing like this before. Like he's Mike, seen Shane.
Go on.
He's seen Shane jump off the cage because we went to Hell in a Cell in 2017. So we've seen like a cage match, but not to this extent. This was like times 10.
So what? Wait, for you, I know it was jarring for me at first because keep in mind, I went to the NXT TakeOver War Games Survivor Series the next night, it was jarring seeing the two rings, and it was annoying sometimes when some matches would happen. I don't know if they alternate rings of when the matches happen for you, but like, what was your thoughts watching the two rings? Did you like the two rings, or were you not a fan of the two rings? Because I know for me, I wasn't a fan when I went to War Games with the two rings.
Yeah, it was a little difficult because it felt like because they did all of the singles matches and tag team matches in that first ring.
Yes.
Closest to the ramp. Like they didn't alternate rings. They didn't do any of that stuff. The only time I saw two people doing both rings was the Blood and Guts match and then the Royal Rampage. So it looked like the action was a little closer because I was dead in the middle, dead center, parallel with the ramp in the set. So we could see everything, but all of the matches were in that first ring. So it was like a little hard to see, but it was still a good seat. It was still a good seat.
Nice. And how long did it take for them to clean up Blood and Guts before the Rampage taping?
So the match ended with everybody off the ring and the cage. It was like 10:15. They didn't get done cleaning up the setup for Rampage until like 10:35, almost 10:40.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because normally they're quick, bro. Like if you guys ever been to a wrestling event, when they're quick at changing everything, like they're super fast and everything like that. So yeah, that's crazy, man. And Royal Rampage, do you feel like AEW should do that? I haven't watched it yet. I haven't turned on the Rampage. I know who won. You told us because we said screw it, just tell us who won. But Royal Rampage, redo or just skip this thing?
I would say they should do it. They should like continue to doing it because it wasn't a cluster. It wasn't a blunder of like disturbing action that just didn't like make sense. It was a few things that didn't make sense just for continuity. But outside of that, I think they should do it again. I think that fits. It fits for them, that method. I feel like they should get the timing of the entrance a little longer because every time an entrant came out, it was like another entrant, another entrant, another entrant. And I was like, okay, this is like WWE's got it down to like 90 seconds. And sometimes it's a little longer.
Yeah, AEW, it's weird. Sometimes they're 90 seconds they're like 5 seconds early, or they're like exactly at 90 seconds. It's a weird thing. WWE does like the fake 90 seconds. They do like it's really like 32 seconds or 40 seconds or something.
Yeah.
It just feels like 90 seconds.
Yeah, but with WWE, it seems like they got it down, but it felt like every time a new entrant came in, they get like 2 or 3 moves in, and then the next person's in, somebody else is getting eliminated, then another person comes in, couple moves, another person get eliminated, or 2 people get eliminated, another entrant. It was like super duper fast. But yeah, it was a fun match to watch. It wasn't a bore. I thought it was gonna be a bore. It wasn't a bore. I liked the finish of the match. The finish of the match was amazing to me. Just the visual on the big screen and then looking at it, I was like, whoa.
Now,
I was like, that's insane.
During Rampage, were people, this happened to me when I went to the Rampage in New York and at Prudential. Were people like hauling, like just leaving during Rampage, or was it like?
I think everybody stayed as long as they could.
That's what I'm saying.
Because this was the first one. Yeah, this was the first one.
Like, all right. Like people usually during Rampage, like after the second match, third match, like, all right, I'm out of here. I gotta go. I want to my train. I'm trying to beat traffic.
Yeah, so it was Royal Rampage, and then I feel like once everybody got done watching the Bucks, it was like, all right, it's time to go home. It was like screw the main event, screw them women.
To be honest, I'll say this: I understand live rampages like probably are the more well received, and I went to a Rampage show separate, like where it's a live Rampage. I really think that it's better when Dynamite and Rampage are taped together because I feel like it's cool for the fans that are there live. They're able to, especially for you. You got 2 good match concepts. You got Blood and Guts, and then you got the first ever Royal Rampage. And to me personally, did you guys get any dark elevation matches or none of that? Yeah, you got dark elevation. Most
I
likely.
didn't show up. I didn't show up because I was
Hmm.
talking to my dad. I was like, we don't have to show up. It's going to be 2 shows they're going to tape in the beginning because we would have to have gotten there at like 4 o'clock. So I was like, no, we're not going at 4 o'clock. And he was just getting home at 4 from his job. So I was like, we can leave at 7. I was like, we can leave at 7:30, 7:40, get down there and be able to get in. And then once I saw how many people was there already, I was like, it's 7:15. We might have to go now. Like we
Yeah.
might have to go now. But yeah, they did dark elevation. They said there was some local talent that fought in
Did you get the Tony?
those.
Did you get the Tony Khan speech? Did you get the guys? Thank you so much for coming here. I love you. I love Detroit. You know we've been wanting to give you a show for a long time. We're giving you a show now. I'm so happy. You're gonna see some great action. You're gonna see blood and guts on Dynamite. You're gonna see the Royal Rampage on Rampage. Thank you guys so much. You're gonna enjoy blood and guts, blood and guts, blood and guts. Like did he do like that? Like he hypes you up, huh? He does that, huh?
He does. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
That is verbatim what he said. That is verbatim. I put a video in our group chat. I don't know if you guys saw it, but that's basically what he said. Legit, like word for word. And I was and I was like, dude, this dude is crazy, but I'm gonna enjoy every second of it.
But Mike, didn't it like because like I said, I went to the Rampage. I was about to, all right, man. I saw Rampage. I'm good, man. Let me head out. Guys, you don't want to miss this biggest talent. You don't want to miss some of the pay-per-view guys. They're saying they're not waiting until Sunday. They want to perform in front of you guys. I'm like, well, Tony, you sold me. Like, this guy knows how to hype you up. Yeah, he does a great job. Did he come out before Rampage or did he just do Dynamite and then that was it?
No, he came out before Dynamite. He came out after Dynamite.
Yeah.
And then before Rampage, and then he came out like I want to say he came out like 3 or 4 times.
But he did a good job at keeping the fans engaged.
Yeah. He was like, guys, get hype, come on, get hype, and he would go back in the back, and everything would be kicked off, and we'll be like friggin' on 2000.
Hey, yo, guys. So here's the thing also, because where I live at now, parking is a bitch. So I have to leave now, move my car out so my mom can, because we have like a parking space, but it's for my mom basically. So I have to park out in the street, basically. And so I gotta go find park.
So you're in the townhouse area like myself? I'm in the townhouse, man. I know what that's like.
So basically, yeah. So
I'm lucky though, because I'm in the back unit.
I'll be back. I'm gonna be back. Do you guys chill out for a little bit? If you will, hold it down.
Yeah, we'll hold it down real quick, Steve, because I told you 45 minutes. It's already an hour, so
yeah, just shoot. What are you talking about?
Yeah. No, I can. I could be here for so much longer. I still have to grocery shop.
Oh man.
But that's why I said 45 minutes. Hey, Mike. I don't know if you were tuning into the stream. I felt I hosted the stream pretty damn good. I think I made Steve's points crisp. I felt I did a good job hosting the stream. Because if I didn't, I feel we would have already been talking about Forbidden Door at 1 hour and 8 minutes. But we got you coming in. We were able to talk about blood and guts. But no, yeah, AEW shows live. I tell people, man, Tony Khan, he's. I know I do the impression, and it's not to like. It's not to mock. Like when I tell people when I do impressions, I just want people to laugh. I think it's a cool talent to be able to change your voice and complex it and stuff like that. Like I'm not saying like. My impression is not mouthful. I'm not saying, guys, I'm just gonna fucking hate every you, Big Mike, you're a terrible fan. Like that's not what Tony Khan would say. That's not funny. That like putting words in someone's mouth that they wouldn't say isn't funny. But when you say the stuff that he's saying, like where I'm like, guys, get hype for Dynamite, get hype for everything. I expect everyone. Like I listen to interviews, I just do my thing. But yeah, no, I tell people, man, when you want to be good at impressions, you got to make it where it's like, could I believe that the human being would say that? That's a good impression. But if you say stuff that like makes no sense and that wouldn't even fit the person's character and you're pretty much just insulting the character, that's just a terrible impression. That's it, man. And trust me, I used to do a lot of impressions. You know, Tony Khan's one of my better ones now. Obviously, the Notorious Conor McGregor, that one right there is one of the top-notch impressions. I sit there and I say to myself, how can I improve it every single time? And it takes a minute. And I say to myself that nothing can hold me back. So that's the thing. You believe Connor would be saying what I just said right there. So, but yeah, no, it's been a fun time. Going to be doing a juice cleanse this 4th of July weekend. A lot of people are saying, why, Chase? Well, I'm going to Nashville at the end of the month, guys, and I really got to start cleaning out my body. I got a doctor's appointment next Friday. Yearly physical. I'm a big fan of yearly physicals. I tell people, please do your yearly physical every single day. Slow down my Connor for sure, man. The thing with the slow down my Connor and that Finn Balor. You know what? You're my boy, Blue. You're right about that. The Balor Club is for everyone. I'm over here and I tell myself all the time, when am I going to reach that next level?
That's definitely Finn Balor.
Yeah, the peak of my Connor is when it's a Connor fight week. It's just unstoppable. Like, all my friends hate me. My friends hate me but love me for it. I'll be like nonstop McGregor talk the whole time. But you're my boy Blue. I betrayed Edge and I joined the Judgment Day to show everyone we are not going to over here and be mistaken. Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor, we are here to cause pain and destruction in the WWE. I used to do the what was it with Pac? Queen of the Cruiserweights. This is the crown that I wear. Something like that. But now it becomes like a Drew where it's like, Brock, Roman, you think you're safe? Why, this Saturday, I'm climbing that ladder. I'm grabbing the money in the bank briefcase, and I'm going to Cardiff, crashing the castles, cashing in my money in the bank briefcase for that WWE Universal Championship.
Yeah.
I used to do a good Triple H back in the day. Don't do it much anymore because I don't really hear him talk. It's just more of like, this is NXT. Like, that's all I can really do nowadays is NXT Triple H. I used to be able to do the whole, well, Brian, I respect you, Brian. I think you're great. You're just a B+ player. Yeah, so. But yeah, impressions. Not everyone can do them. But yeah, and the funny thing is, I'm not even a lick of Irish. I'm not a lick of Irish. I just know how to do the Irish dialect so well. A lot of people don't know this. English isn't my first language. I grew up mostly speaking Dutch until I was 5 years old, and I lost my ability to speak Dutch, but it leads me to speak good broken English. Like Kabir no Magamega. I don't hate no one. I smash everyone. Everyone come my way. I smash them and just grab them, smash them. It's smashing time. Kofi Keith, Jamaican and Eric. How's his Jamaican accent? Like, hey, what's happening, man? Welcome to Trouble in Paradise. Listen here, man. You do not want to be here in the island and make a mess. What you want to do is be a good human. If you're not a good human, boom, boom, Trouble in Paradise may be coming your way, man. I don't know. I don't remember his Jamaican promos. He did like that. Kofi Kingston, the only American promo I can do is like, 11 years I've been here, man. I've been working so hard to get to this spot. And every time I'm close, you just cut me down, Vince. 11 years I've been here, man. I want to show everyone that I can do this, man. So let me go out there and show them I can do it. That's all I can do for Kofi. But yeah, Jamaican. I don't know what he said in the Jamaican promos. He cut, like, I just remember Triple H was like, "Weren't you Jamaican at one point?" Like, he was like making fun of him.
Yeah.
I thought my Kofi was pretty good. I thought I killed it as Kofi a little bit, like a little bit.
It was pretty decent. It was pretty decent.
It's a pretty decent Kofi. I mean, it's just a regular voice. It's not like an interesting voice. You got to have like that interesting voice that people want to hear and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How is my Jamaican accent, Mike?
I think it needs a little more. It needs a little more. Chet Hank, right?
Yeah.
You need to put some Chet Hank into that. He knows how to do it really good.
Okay, I'll look into it. You know the one accent I can't do is British. I can't. I can do a nice little like. Can you spell a coin? Can you spell a coin for me and my brother? I don't know how to do a British accent in a deep male voice, or in a weird female voice. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like it's like I can only do like
Yeah.
the Darren Till, Patty the Pat, like I can only do like the deep voices. Like British accent. And trust me, I try to do it, but it just always becomes this woman's this. Can you spell coin for me and my brother? Please, just a piece of bread. We just want a piece of bread for the night. Like I'm always playing like the orphan. I try. I gotta practice my British accent because but Irish accent. Conor McGregor, you better choose me for your movie, mate. This is me right here. I am going to go over here and I am going to be the next Conor McGregor. When the biopic of Conor McGregor releases, you're going to see the fucking name. You're going to see the name of Chase Oliver on the fucking marquee. You're going to see me hit whoever the fuck is playing their Diaz with my left hand. It is going to be a good time. Because I tell you what, I can not only just exaggerate the impression, I can talk in it. I can have a civil conversation with you, Big Mike. I'm having a conversation with you right now. I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you right now that I am very excited to, be a part of the UFC. I know you don't think I could fight, but maybe I can fight. Maybe I can show you how to fight. I can show you and make you believe that I can fight with my left hand. My left hand is here. It is ready to dominate and destroy everyone in the pot. You're going to believe in me. Everyone, Grandpa, I know you don't believe in me. I know you think that I should be a plumber, but I feel like I should be one of the greatest fighters of all time. See, it's not just an exaggeration. It's not just me screaming. It's me talking. I am Conor McGregor. I'm going to be Conor McGregor in a biopic. I'm going to put that in the universe. Mr. McGregor, Chase-spoken Oliver is going to be your guy, and that's going to be on the marquee. Not just Chase Oliver, Chase-spoken Oliver. We're on the fucking marquee, mate. We're on the fucking marquee. Your wife is in me DMs, mate. So yeah, my British accent. I don't know why it's so easy too. You have to just use your tongue, but it's a hard accent to do for me. I don't know. Maybe because I'm Dutch, so it's like a weird accent and stuff like that.
The one thing with Dutch, I always think of Goldmember and Austin Powers.
Mm-hmm.
I am from Holland. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Oh, don't you want Chase boy? Can't you do this for me, please? That was my grandma all the time, man. I think you're going to understand the word she was saying. Steve over here can't even learn how to park a car. God dang, dude, this kid. I literally tell Steve, hey Steve, man, I only can do this 45 minutes because I got stuff to do, guys. I gotta buy stuff for a juicing cleanse I'm doing. I want to go to bed early and stuff. I had a long week of work, man. Work was long this week, man. So I'm ready for this 3-day weekend. I got a lot of chores that I'm gonna accomplish and knock out. But bro, Steve, you lagging it, man.
Yeah,
By the way, if you guys collect Pokemon cards, I pulled some money Pokemon cards with my Pokemon card pulls today. So I was pretty happy. It's pretty excited.
What you getting? How much were they?
I got a Mewtwo V, all full art and stuff. So this new setup that I have right now, I got to figure out what's wrong with my Mac. And of course, it's 4th of July weekend, so it's hard to call them. But I'm gonna call them one of these days and just they're gonna help me wipe my Mac and clean it up and stuff where it won't shut down, so I can get back to the old setup. Maybe honestly I kind of like this setup for if I want to film individual videos. So I might just zoom myself in so I don't look too far away from my camera and film individual videos and stuff. Even for live streams, I think this is a cool setup. You kind of get to see a little bit of everything in my room, but definitely zoom in a little bit more and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I pulled a Mewtwo V. I pulled all the Radiant Pokemon, Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, and stuff like that. I got all the hit cards. I'll say that. I got a hyper rare Dragonite V-Star. So I did my thing. With these packs.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Speaking of which, man, my Timberwolves did their thing too, man. Very happy with what my Timberwolves just did. Decided to make a huge trade with what's it called? What the funds added to my account of Nintendo. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yes, this is a correct transaction. Nintendo Online gets renewed every year, so I got confused for a second. I was like, "What is it? What do they mean the correct funds on my account?" Yes, but my Timberwolves decided to make a huge trade for Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert.
They
We're
gave up a
gonna.
lot too. I saw the details. I was like, dang, for Rudy Gobert.
Here's the thing. It's called Minnesota tax, where it's not a high destination to go to. We have to overpay, but I liked it because we still have D'Lo. We didn't lose D'Lo in the deal. If we would have lost D'Lo in the deal, I would have been kind of upset because it's like we're like really like who else are we going to trade to like make up for like the fact that we lost a starting caliber point guard, but not only that, a starting caliber point guard that we can still trade for assets like D'Angelo Russell. He was one of the guys that the Spurs were looking at and saying, "Oh yeah, we could take him back for DeJounte Murray." It's not out of the realm of the possibility to do that. We just decided, hey, instead of getting another point guard in DeJounte Murray, let's go ahead and get a center, which we highly covet more. And because let's be real here, the Timberwolves are in a situation where why did we lose in the playoffs? We lost in the playoffs because we couldn't out-rebound the Memphis Grizzlies, and our defense would give up in big times that we need them. We couldn't get a defensive stop to save our lives when the Grizzlies were making those runs. What do? We say, hey, we like Karl Towns at the 4. We just don't have a 5 to pair him up with. We're pairing him up with Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is going to help us. All these draft picks people talk about, look, we still have our 2024 draft pick, 2026 draft pick. You guys are acting like it's the end of the world. And Kevin Huerter went for a first round pick. Freaking goddamn what's his face? Royce O'Neal went for a 2023 first round pick. Dude, first round picks in basketball, I don't know if you guys know this is not football. Draft picks don't matter much unless you're in the fucking lottery. If you're not in the lottery, pretty much all these players, and everyone's gonna say, well, Chase, Nikola Jokic was drafted during the Quesarito commercial. Yeah, guess what? No one thought he was going to be fucking good. They thought Yusuf Nurkic was going to be good. Jokic became good. Not every player that's drafted in the second round is going to be Nikola Jokic. You're not going to find that. And when I look at the Timberwolves and what they decided this. Hey, we still have D'Angelo Russell. We could trade Russell to regain some draft capital, but also get some depth if needed.
I know what I'm talking. Like, okay,
Steve, stop. Okay. Kyle Anderson, we signed Kyle Anderson to be a switch defender, switch offensive guy. Taurean Prince, we re-signed. We kept guys that we felt like could help our roster, but also guys that are tradable and that teams also covet. And to be honest, man, I think the Timberwolves are saying, screw it, man. Everyone else, they want to play, 3-and-D basketball. We're going back to the 90s. Let's have 2 big centers. Let's have 2 big dudes with Naz Reid coming off the bench, being the main power forward / center. Let's have 2 big dudes and figure out what the hell we're going to do with these 2 big guys and stuff. And I'm all for it, man. Like, look, like I said, we still have D'Lo to trade. It's not like the end of the world. We still have D'Angelo Russell as a guy to trade to gain back some more assets. And honestly, if you ask me, would I want DeJounte Murray or Rudy Gobert, I'll say this. DeJounte Murray not re-signed yet. DeJounte Murray will get a supermax deal, and that'll be 3 players we would have under a supermax if that was the case. Rudy Gobert is signed for the next 4 years. We're guaranteed Rudy for 4 years. We're guaranteed Cat for 5 years. Anthony Edwards, if he makes an All-NBA, we get him for 5 more years. So for me, that's how it is, man. I'm glad you said that, Chase. I'm an NFL guy, but I'm trying to get back in the NBA and support my homies. The draft in the NBA confuses me because it's the second round doesn't matter. It doesn't. Look, so Blue, I'll say this. NFL, I always tell people in the NFL draft, rounds 1 through 4 matter to me. 5, 6, or 7, if you could hit there, awesome. Undrafted, you could hit there, awesome. But in the NBA second round, man, like you will hear all these people, oh, well, Chris Middleton's a second rounder, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, like that. You'll hear all these names and you'll be like, oh, the second round must matter. A lot of these guys, man, they don't pan out. Look at all the second round guys and you'll be shocked how many of them actually pan out. First round, I get it. If you want to make an argument from guys from 15 to 30 that pan out, absolutely. But like a lot of times, those guys don't pan out. And the NBA, if you're not picking 1 through 14, to me, sometimes these draft picks don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like these draft picks are not that important. And And to me, I don't see myself in the situation where I'm going to be like, oh, God dang, the Timberwolves could have been. I don't see us in the lottery next year. We're making the playoffs. We're going to be a playoff team. Like here's the thing. If this works in the playoffs, great. But in the regular season, we're going to be a 4th seed, 5th seed team for sure. And that's not counting in Ant-Man's evolution, how Karl Anthony Towns play at the power forward position. Like now Towns doesn't have to play. Yeah, he's good at here's the thing. Everyone says Rudy Gobert is a net offensively. Towns is a net defensively. Hey, let's get the best defensive center. Let's get the best offensive center. They could teach each other how to get better. Like you don't think Rudy Gobert is going to be selfish? No, Rudy Gobert is going to be like, hey, Cat, this is what you're going to do. And the thing is, with the Jazz defense, a lot of people don't understand. The Jazz played a very simple Olay defense. And what I mean by this is that in the regular season, it's easy to play Olay against teams where you say, yeah, I'll let you run past me because Rudy's going to just block that shot. Coaches don't have the time to think, how can I stop Gobert? They're trying to figure out how they can win the game. In the playoffs, you're in a 7-game series. By game 2 or 3, you're going to be like, oh, so Rudy Gobert just stands there, doesn't do shit, and then we can do Olay defense. Great. Chris Finch's defense is a switch style defense. He doesn't do an Olay defense. Rudy Gobert will be truly a real rim back protector, but he will also know, hey, all the other guys on the perimeter, they're not just relying on me, because the Jazz just relied on Rudy Gobert. They just relied on the fact, oh, Gobert's there, no one's gonna score on him. That's what the Jazz relied on. They weren't switching at all. They barely switched on defense. They just trusted the fact Gobert will stand back there and block a shot. And that doesn't work in a 7-game series. It works in a regular season. It doesn't work in a 7-game series.
And good luck with cheering for the Hornets, man. Miles Bridges didn't mess up his money. You ain't got to pay him now.
I know this is random, but I'm watching like the clip. I missed the weigh-ins today. I missed it, so I'm catching like the Instagram stories and shit. I don't know, man. This fight tomorrow night, it's Izzy versus Carinier. Oh man,
Who's that? That's Sean Strickland, dude. That
dude's hilarious.
He gave it to Izzy.
That dude's fun. Here's the thing: is it cringe? Yes, it's cringe. But it's like if I want to hear, I'd rather hear Chael Sonnen.
I felt Strickland was definitely wild. You know what? Screw it. We'll just get into UFC 276 this weekend. So UFC 276 features pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world, Israel Adesanya, defending his middleweight championship against Jared the Killer Gorilla Cannonier. We also have another pound for pound great fighter, Alexander the Great Volkanovski, taking on former featherweight champion Max Bless Holloway, along with Sean Strickland taking on Alex Pereira, and Robbie Lawler versus Brian Barberino, and Sugar Sean O'Malley taking on Pedro Munoz. Steve,
I just want to say this. Yes. How dare they put Cerrone and Jim Miller in the fucking prelims?
Well, you didn't even let me finish. The prelims are on ABC, so I don't think that's a bad gig. And also, Jim Miller's fine. He's fine. He's fights so much fights in the UFC. But Steve, prediction on the first fight. Do you think the Sugar Show continues on? Do you think Sean O'Malley finally cracks the top 10, or is the hype going to get dusted? Munoz is on a 2-fight lose streak.
I think the hype moves on, man. I think Sugar Sean O'Malley wins. Does he knock him out? I think decision-wise.
Decision. I got the Sugar Show as well. Brian Barberino versus welterweight legend Robbie Lawler. Steve, who do you got there?
I went with Robbie on this one. One of the all-time greats. They showed a clip on this day type of shit like a couple days ago when Rory kicked him in the that's the most badass image. Iconic.
So if you guys don't know, not MMA fans, I'd suggest to watch Robbie Lawler versus Rory McDonald. It was a UFC card. I forgot the name of the UFC. I think 189 or something like that. 186. It took place during Conor McGregor versus Chad Mendes. It's Robbie Lawler, Rory McDonald, arguably one of the greatest fights ever in UFC history. But there's a moment in the fourth round. Robbie Lawler and Rory McDonald, they're both bloody messes. Robbie goes, spits blood on the floor, stares down Rory, and Rory McDonald's one of these guys that just like if you stare him down, he's going to stare you down back. And they had this intense stare down. Oh, it's such a great moment. But Steve, I'm sorry, Brian Barberino, he's on a crazy streak. I think this guy's going to finish our boy Ruthless in this one.
And another thing too, like I feel like I don't know if you feel the same way, but I feel like his welterweight title run doesn't get nearly enough credit.
It's hard because a lot of those fights were mad close. Like a lot of people will even say that he lost a lot of those fights when he was welterweight champion. The Condit fight especially.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why he didn't dominate, but he for sure had more entertaining fights than Usman. Like Usman's almost entertaining fight still Covington won. Like other than that, it's not really a fun. Like I wouldn't go back and watch a lot of Usman title matches. To be honest with you. Then we have one of the featured matchups, the third fight on the card. Now this is some pro wrestling shit right here. If you guys don't know, so Sean Strickland is the number 4 ranked middleweight in the world. So you're wondering why is he fighting unranked Alex Pereira all of a sudden? Well, if you guys don't know, Israel Adesanya, who is the current middleweight champion, has just been destroying the competition. He's almost lapping these guys. He's already beaten 2 of the top contenders, not once but twice. Jared Cannonier is a fresh opponent, and he's running out of fresh opponents. So Dana White decided the winner of this fight is going to be the number 1 contender. You have Sean Strickland, who we mentioned, the crazy guy at the press conference, telling Israel Adesanya, I ain't going to lose to a guy who beats off the cartoons and all that other nature. But the thing is, he's not even the main interesting story. Alex Pereira is the main interesting story. So Alex Pereira, if you guys don't know, Israel Adesanya, before becoming a mixed martial artist, he was a K1 kickboxer, a very successful one, but he never has been knocked out in his career. He's had losses in kickboxing, but never knocked out. And so he had a decision loss to Alex Pereira in their first fight. And then in their second fight, he got knocked the fuck out by Alex Pereira by a head kick. It was a crazy, crazy knockout. And even to this day, Izzy's career, he hasn't been knocked out. So pretty much, Alex Pereira, you may look at his MMA record, you may look at him and say, is this guy legit? No, he's legit. And there's a reason why they're trying to force him into the middleweight scene, because his story with Izzy is literally something out of WWE, AEW, pro wrestling. Like this is some book shit. Some guy outside of promotion. Like like I said, and not only that, the fight that he won in kickboxing by decision was very unanimous. It wasn't even a close fight. Like Izzy will say it's a close fight. It wasn't even a close fight. And then also, like I said before, he's the only man in not only kickboxing, but mixed martial arts and boxing. Everything that Izzy has done as an athlete, he's the only man to have knocked him out. Only man to have knocked him out. Izzy has never been knocked out. So Alex Pereira, he's a danger
right now.
You may look at him. You may look at that record. You may look at the fact that he's unranked and say, boy, who is this guy? But I'm telling you who this guy is. And if I'm on the True Heel Heat, I'm going to do the same thing and educate. Because here's the thing. I want more people to love mixed martial arts. Thank you guys at True Heel Heat for doing these watch-alongs too. So that way we can educate more people on mixed martial arts. And hopefully I bring that knowledge. Look, pro wrestling, there's a bunch of knowledge on that channel. MMA, I hope to bring that same type of level of knowledge to that channel as well when it comes to that. But that fight right there is going to be interesting. But Steve, I hate to say it, man, as much as the story is Alex Pereira winning, I got Sean Strickland's a better mixed martial artist. Yes. I think he's a better mixed martial artist.
And I think the build-up will be even more crazier leading up to it. When the fight
I think the Mike wise, but no, I think the Pereira and Izzy. I think that Pereira Izzy buildup would be way better than the Strickland buildup. You're just going based off a press conference. Strickland's going to get people pissed off, and he's going to get a lot of liberal people will find it, and they'll find a way to be upset at Sean Strickland, you know? But I think with Pereira and Izzy, that's real personal beef. That's real beef. Like Izzy, like, look, Izzy didn't come
fighter coaching status right there.
No, here's the thing. Izzy did not come prepared with his little black book of like knowing how to get under people's skins. A lot of people don't know this about Sean Strickland, former neo-Nazi. He's a former neo-Nazi. A lot of people don't know this about the guy. A lot of people don't know about Sean Strickland's past like that. Israel Adesanya, yeah. So here's the thing: a lot of people don't know this past, but guarantee Israel Adesanya, give him time. Give him time. Sean Strickland's not going to have the same press conference performance saying, "Oh, some guy with cartoons that lesbian off they're gonna." No. Sean Strickland's going to be sitting there hoping that no one Googles him and stuff like that. Yeah. So Izzy will destroy Sean Strickland and talk off if given time. That's why I don't think it would be as good. But Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya, that's going to be an emotional ass Izzy because he's going to be getting asked everything. Izzy, how does it feel that you've been knocked out on this guy once and stuff like that? He's the guy that knocked you out, and Izzy's going to be emotional. So just going to keep that in mind. But I think Sean Strickland will win the fight because he's a better mixed martial artist than Pereira right now. Pereira is being rushed for good reason. It's good reason why you would rush this guy. Very talented, great striker. Oh my God, the kicks this guy throws is phenomenal. Alex Pereira throws is phenomenal. But I think Sean Strickland is the better mixed martial artist in terms of wrestling, takedowns, and everything like that. So,
and also for Pereira, you want to see this guy get tested also. You want to see him. He's like Hamza almost. When Hamza fought good with Burns, everyone thought, Hamza's gonna just mollywop him, and it didn't go that way. You want to see him try to overcome that adversity.
And he has done that. Well, I think the difference between Hamzat and Pereira is that we've seen Pereira overcome adversity in kickboxing. It's not like he's not a mystery. It's just more, can we see if we need to see how he is in the grappling department, if he's ready for that level. Can
he defend the takedown? How is his hip escape? And what's he going to be with he on his back if Strickland gets his back, which I think will happen.
But yeah, I think Steve and I both got Sean Strickland, but don't be surprised if Pereira knocks this dude out, and he has the power to do so. But fourth fight on the card, the co-main event. This is going to be a beautiful night. Co-main event.
This could easily
main event. Trilogy fight. Max Holloway versus Alexander Volkanovski. This is almost crowning the modern featherweight GOAT. The real featherweight GOAT is still Jose Aldo Jr. That won't be taken away from him. But this could almost crown the actual current day featherweight GOAT. Like who's the best featherweight on planet Earth with Max Holloway?
Who's going to be joining Aldo on that Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, exactly. Whose face is getting chiseled right next to us as number 2 featherweight of all time. Volkanovski been on a tear, beat Max Holloway the first fight easily. Second fight, a lot of controversy between Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski. A lot of people felt Max Holloway won the fight, and it didn't help matters when Max Holloway put on one of the all-time great performances against Calvin Kattar. Count it up! Count it up! I'm the best boxer in the UFC, baby! Avoiding all those strikes and beautiful.
And then he followed that up, and then he followed that performance against Yair Rodriguez.
Which was a fun fight, but Alexander Volkanovski, fight of the year contender with T-City Ortega, and then he whopped the Korean Zombie into the next stratosphere. But I gotta say this, Steve, my pick may surprise you. I'm not picking against the Australian bloke. I think the champion will still be the champion. I saw stuff from the Yair Rodriguez fight from Max Holloway I didn't like. I saw stuff from Volkanovski's last 2 fights that I liked. I feel like Max Holloway has to do something different. I think Volk is going to come in there, same game plan, but just a little bit more dangerous. Max needs to solve the issue with the leg kicks. He needs to make sure he doesn't absorb too many leg kicks. He needs to go out there, and Max Holloway is not a guy that can just finish a guy right off the rip, but he needs to empty out the gas tank those first 3 rounds if he wants to regain that title. Because if it goes the distance again, which I have it going, and still Alexander Volkanovski.
Me too. I think again, if you're Max Holloway, I think again, when you think about it, right? His other loss, I almost forgot, was against Conor McGregor. How many moons ago that was? And in this situation,
Conor wasn't healthy. He had a torn ACL that fight.
Yeah. So for this fight, if you're Max Holloway, you have to. It can't go to this. You have to literally beat him within 3 rounds. but I don't think that's happening. And I think for Volkanovski after this, 155, man.
He's earned it too. And sign me up for Charles do Bronx Oliveira. Hey, listen, Volk, I'm sorry, man, because I can't doubt this guy anymore. The illuminated by God, the lightweight champion has the name. His name is Charles Oliveira. Where's my belt at? Oh, dude, if that was in English, that would have been that's one of my favorite post-fight speeches I've ever heard. Illuminated by God. Oh my God. This guy's out of
yeah.
Yeah. But no, when he said that, that was the most coldest shit I've ever heard. Illuminated by God, the champion Charles Oliveira. Like the champion has a name. It's Charles Oliveira. I was like, dude, this guy.
Yeah, you can't doubt him.
You can't doubt him anymore. But
I did, and I did. I doubted him in the Michael Chandler fight. I doubted him in the Tony Ferguson fight. I doubted him in the Justin Gaethje fight. And bruh,
I didn't. You know, I'm a huge Michael Chandler fan. Michael Chandler should have won that fight. The referee should have stopped it. To be honest, he should be our lightweight champion, Michael Chandler. God bless. See you at the top. But unfortunately, not. Actually, that would be a fun fight, Volk versus Michael Chandler. I think Chandler whops him. But Charles Oliveira, that'd be a great fight. But yeah, Volkanovski at 155. I think Volkanovski would whop hand-me-downs. I think hand-me-downs wouldn't even be able to handle him, to be honest. So that's being said. The middleweight championship by Israel Adesanya, defending his title against Jared the Killer Guerrilla Cannonier. Jared Cannonier, guys, if you guys don't know, has had a great story. Started at heavyweight, cut down to light heavyweight. He's now a middleweight and
shredded.
He's
if that heaven Peter come out.
But yeah, he's a middleweight, heavyweight fighting at middleweight, and he's scary for a guy like Adesanya. Adesanya is a very touchy type of fighter, very strategic fighter, while Cannonier just has that power to him, the explosiveness to get to him. Leg kicks from Cannonier are deadly. I feel like if Cannonier wants any shot, he needs to just blast Izzy's legs with leg kicks. In fact, he defeated the great Anderson Silva by blasting those legs and destroying a leg from Anderson Silva, pretty much.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I mean,
so Cannonier has a chance. I'm going to say this: Cannonier has a chance. His wrestling's mad underrated. I think he's someone that won't go down easily. I think the thing was Cannonier. He can't get caught up like he did with Robert Whittaker. And also, too, let's not forget that Robert Whittaker fight took place in Abu Dhabi. It took place in an atmosphere Cannonier didn't feel was right for him. It's hard when you're traveling so far in the world. While Robert Whittaker, that travel wasn't as harsh on Cannonier. I feel like Cannonier stateside taking a cut. He's a dangerous opponent for Adesanya, but Izzy's just one of those guys that unless you can fully wrestle him, I ain't choosing against him. He's just such a wizard on the feet.
And he might even play it safe. Don't be surprised if Izzy plays it safe in this fight.
He does. He did it with Romero. He played it safe before.
He did Romero. Dare I even say did it with Marv Vittori twice.
He didn't play it safe the first time. The second time he played it safe.
Yeah.
The first fight he actually fought Vittori. The second fight, he definitely did not want to get taken down because that second Vittori fight, he was smart with it, so.
And I think, and again, I think I have Izzy winning. And I think after this, I'm just saying, him and Jiri. And again, if you're Izzy trying to get back at 205, think about it. He's not. Think about this, right? Jan Blachowicz out of the picture, unless that is.
See, Yuri Prochazka is another animal. This guy was getting his ass beat, and he somehow choked out. He somehow choked out Glover Teixeira.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine though, if someone would have? I'm just saying though. Can you imagine someone on DraftKings like betting, Yuri Prochazka by submission in round 5?
Oh man, they probably had a good time.
Exactly. I'm saying though.
But I'm telling you, Steve. No, is he focused on middleweight? Light heavyweight is until Yuri Prochazka disappears on this earth. No, Yuri Prochazka is a crazy motherfucker, and Izzy Adesanya will get destroyed by him.
It's a fight I want to see. It's a fight I want to see though.
It's not a fight that's gonna. here's the thing: Izzy still has contenders at middleweight, though. It's not like middleweight's
Sean
barren.
Strickland, Alex Pereira,
Pereira, and then there's other guys coming up too.
Yeah, that's awesome. So
Darren Till, if he gets a couple wins, they're gonna force him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hamzat also could fight at middleweight too.
Yes, no, don't get me started. Oh, Kamaru Usman. Again, if they,
they won't fight. They won't fight.
I know.
Usman said he would rather fight. Now Usman, he was talking crazy at his press conference. Saying, "Wait, Usman, look, I get it. You're feeling yourself, bud. I'm proud for you. You do not want Yuri Prochazka. Yuri Prochazka will destroy you, bro."
Yeah, but again,
I think you guys. The thing with Yuri Prochazka is like, I feel like a lot of people are just not educated how he fights. Keep in mind, he did that for 5 rounds, Steve. He's nonstop pace for 5 rounds. You think Izzy handles that pace very well? No, I don't think so. Exactly.
But from a stand-up standpoint, though, if it's straight striking, we'll see. Again,
no,
I think Stylebender wins this fight. I think by decision.
I have Stylebender winning. I have Stylebender winning by decision or a 3rd round TKO. If you guys want to put money on it, I think he might do the same technique that he did against Paulo Costa. Touch him up with the leg kicks. Hit some hard leg kicks. Get Cannonier a little bit frustrated and start beating him down. To be honest,
that too. But again, it's a good card, dude.
It is a good card.
I can't wait.
Let's wrap this up, man. I said 45 minutes, and you cut me here for an extra hour. I might have to add that to the Chase Covington complaint list, even though it's not my.
You're getting sued too, bro. You're getting sued also.
I heard. I got my thing. I said why, and then he said because I'm a nerd and virgin. That's all his response was to me. I couldn't believe it.
At the meeting, he told you at the meeting when you had the Chase meeting, basically.
Yeah, and he was. It was sad, Steve. He was drinking a rock star and he put like the Bane energy sticker on it, like he was very bad, and like you can just tell, man, he's just down bad right now, man. Chase Covington, he's down bad. He that Impact Wrestling had it. It's like, I don't know, it's like the ball from Space Jam. It had all its powers or something like that.
It's like Twister's hat almost. Have you watched the episode of Rocket Power when Twister lost his hat?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I don't know. He seems like bum ass broke Baron Corbin right now. Like he was drinking a rock star and he was like, oh yeah, this is the latest Bane energy drink. And I was like, bro, they don't even make black cans. Like, I'm just testing it. And he told me I'm a nerd and virgin. I'm getting sued. And I said, why am I getting sued? And he said, because I signed a contract for him to work in a terrible work environment like this. And I said, Chase Covington, that's not fair, man. Like, you got to own up. Like, this is what happened. You cause all these issues. You talk a lot and you cause these issues and you never back it up. And now my fault, Chase Gage is I can't control Chase Gage. This guy could be anywhere on planet Earth right now,
Exactly. Like last time I checked, he was supporting trans rights.
Yeah. He's over here. He's over here at rallies for Roe v. Wade, having a good time, making sure the women have their rights as well. Like Chase Gage is a good human being. He just does stupid shit. Like we can't control it.
A man of the people. Man of the people.
He is a man of the people. Yes.
Exactly. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap this up. You're right. We did say 45 minutes, but we gave you guys an hour and 48 because you know what? I'm in the new office here. It's still in the construction. I got this ring light now, which is, going good here. I'm gonna have more things add to the office in due time. Right now it looks depressing as all shit right now, but it's an upgrade. It's kind of an upgrade. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, but I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. Just so you guys know, tomorrow there will be no Wrestle Companion here on the channel. If you want to see the watch along, we'll be on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. We'll be watching Hush Money in the Bank, and also UFC 276. I might be ordering it. I think this time, again, it's a good card. I have to order it. I think I'm going to put Peruvian ESPN Plus on hold. We'll see how that turns out. But yeah. And then Sunday, we're back live at 10 p.m. Eastern time with the review of UFC 276 and Money in the Bank. All right. So back to regular programming, all that stuff. It feels good to be back. Chicago was great. I encourage you guys, if you ever get the opportunity, whether it be for a wrestling event or even non-wrestling event. If you just want to, go out, enjoy it nice out in the town, Chicago is the place to go. All right. That's going to be it for us. Again, guys, thank you for tuning in. You can check me out on all social media at Heel Steven, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. If you're on the YouTube channel, now hit that subscribe, hit the bell notification, hit that thumbs up, okay? And a lot of fun stuff. Chase, let them know, man. Where can they check you out, man?
YouTube.com/ChaseR68. Hopefully I'll get my Mac fixed soon so I can start bringing you guys more content. But most of the time I'm here on Heel Steven's channel, Around the Point, making appearances also on True Heel Heat and other YouTube platforms that invite me on.
Exactly. And, of course, the pride of Detroit, the one, the only, the guy who witnessed Blood and Guts live. Let me ask you a question, Big Mike, real quick. Are you on an AEW high right now, bro?
I kind of am. I became a fan of a lot of people that I didn't like in the beginning, so it did its job.
Okay. I guess we could say now we are now a pro AEW podcast. Mike, Chase, Walter, we are now pro AEW.
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I can't wait till they come back. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at DetroitGamer313.
All right, guys. So for that being said, for Chase, for Big Mike, for me, this has been once again another installment of Around the Point. We're out of here, guys. Hit that fucking music. Peace out, gang.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
The Point.